on the sensors. This is, we started working on it when it was a BGA, 170,000 pixels. It's not a problem to assemble this one. But we predicted one problem is going to happen in the future, and the problem is, as the pixel gets smaller, the size of the pixel gets tinier. When you assemble it, the dirt, it has dirt. And that dirt, if it falls on the pixel, it's at 3 megapixel, we knew the dirt will be bigger than the pixel and nothing will work. But you have to predict it a long time ago. So we did the study and we found that this is the pixels, this is the number of years, and the pixel is getting smaller. At 3 megapixel, we realized that the problem is going to happen. What we did, something extremely simple. The wafer on CMOS sensor wafer, before you work on it, we cover it with a piece of glass. You cut it, everything is protected, so when you work on it, you just blow the dust from outside and it doesn't touch your sensor. Very genius ideas, and believe it or not, let me go back. So this is what the sensor is. The light goes here, they have this metallization, the sensor is at the bottom. So I think I have my slides reversed. So yeah. So by this time, when we found the solution, within a few years, we had 33% of the world market captive that use these technologies. The whole market. Just one simple idea. So then what happened right after? The pixel becomes so small that the metallization, the light is coming from the top, it hits the CMOS sensor. Once it becomes too small, not enough light, and Sony inverted the CMOS sensor, starts lighting it from the back. So that technology doesn't work anymore. So then this is the front end, and today all pixels are in this way. I didn't show you how much is that one. It's like 10 billion units sold using that technology. But the third case, which I spent some time on it, here how many of you have heard of Moore's Law? Okay. I guess I'm more of a hardware guy. So let's take, I'm glad I want to go a little bit in detail here. You are following me, Kimiko? It's okay?
Yes.
Okay. Moore's Law. Madame some history. Semiconductor, le marché de semiconductor, $500 billion, budget African. So it's mostly consumer, computer, so that communication, government, automatics. These are the people who own it in the world. Taiwan, small country, they own most of it. Korea, the next one, United States, 7%, China, everybody else, including Europe, is 7%. So you see where the money is going. And it's going to get only harder and harder. Which are the companies that within those, NVIDIA, Toshiba, Broadcom, Qualcomm, Micron, mostly US companies except TSMC and Hynix, those are from Korea. Moore's Law, when we make a chip, you create a wafer. And your chips are made all in 2 dimensions. You make the transistor, then you make metallization on top of it to connect it and all that stuff. So today, this is the latest of the latest. like a 2 nanometers wafer from IBM. Everything is done in 2 dimensions. What is Moore's law says that why we do this one? We have to put as much information per millimeter square as you can. علاش؟ خاطر كل تحوسوا تكونوا التليفون تاعكم رخيص يكون small and cheap and has all the software and the hardware to work in it. To do that, لازم تشيل الصغار and has more information. So the number of the transistor per unit area increases. The wafer cost is fixed. The number يكبر يقدر to more profit. C'est ça la règle de la technologie. So كان هذا مور هذا البريزيدنت انتل قال لهم باللي tous les 2 années دوبلي 3 années ولا 2 années la densité تاع les transistors par millimètre square حتبقى en flash طلعت. لازم نقول السبعينات وهي راهي ماشيه. انا قلت لكم بالله هنا الكونسيومر يقول له زيد لي مش كافي. هو اي اي بس انا ما يطلعش. اللي هنا الحق بروبلم. انا نحكي شويه البروبلم تكنولوجي وراهم رايحين سيرتو على بالكم كما صار مارش بس. هذا المانيفاكتشرنج هذا الجيت الالكترونيك اللي كده سمعتوه بالجيت. This is a transistor gate. اللي طالع منها وعندك الجيت والجيت goes to here. Right? هذه صبر نانومتر. النانومتر سي لا ديستونس نتاع كان انتري ولا حاجه هذاك لازم تصغر باش تكثر الدوسيتي تاعها. بداو يحدروا نشوف لي زاني لهنا يحدروا شوف من 2130 نانومتر رانا في 2 نانومتر. شوف الفيشر الصراحه. علاش نحكي بهذا؟ أو المشكل أنه من يبدأ الترانزستور الفيتشر تاعهم هذوك يصغروا it become harder to make. Look how much it cost to make the chip. $500 million to do a factory. معناها اللي كومباني بداو يزولوا لي بي هذوك كل بداو يطيروا. So there are only 3 people left in the world that play this game. And I give you this chart here and you think about this one. Look. L'an 2002, I don't know if you can see this, 26 companies were making chips. As the future is getting smaller, we are here, there's only 3 companies left in the world. Intel, Samsung, and TSMC. By 2023-2025, one of them is going to go out. Because they cannot keep up, it's too expensive. People think very likely it's Intel that goes out. So the whole thing is governed by 2 people. All the money is going to 2 people. So I said, the chip is going expensive, the chips are getting bigger, more difficult. I mean, a few years ago, this is the historical. A few years ago, I started thinking of this problem, saying, how do I solve it? Because people cannot continue physically like this. So I told you earlier the physics of things. The wafers are made in 1 dimension transistors. So we start thinking about 3D. How can I make the electronic in 3 dimensions? If I do it in 3 dimensions, how do I stick wafers on top of each other? If I can make these, I can cover the entire world. Everybody has to follow my So today they can do it only lateral. شغله يبني lateral. السودان مو يقدر يطلع الدار فوق. تبدا تطلع الدار فوق. لازم تعرف دير الدروج، لازم تعرف لي زاسونسور، لازم تعرف لي بروبليم تاع لي زيكو تاع. So that's exactly the same thing. So a few years ago we started working on this one, about 10 years ago. And basically we decided what to do. Instead of taking the chip, making the chip like this, very big, very expensive, we cut it in small pieces and we stack it to each other. So to solve this problem, I need to figure out how to stick these two together. So, material science, they're there probably. So we found the solution. Basically take the wafer, stack the wafer on top of each other, but how do you make it to stick together when the contacts are so small? I'm not going to go very deep. This is the technology. This is basically, you have a wafer, it has a metal contact, you took another wafer on top of it, you put it on top of each other, and guess what? There's one feature of the technique. At the surface of any material, it's wavy at the nano level. But why we cannot stick things together is because we have to put a glue or put something to stick things together. But if I smooth the surface to a nanometer level, then the electron on one surface can see the electron on the other side, and they join with each other. And they form a covalent bond by themselves, by nature. So all we have to do is make the surface less than 5 nanometers, and the two surfaces will join naturally by themselves. That was the biggest key. Once this is silicon dioxide, they join together. Now you tell me, how do you make the contact? You join with each other, so metal. Then you heat it. If you heat it, the metal expands more than the silicon dioxide expands, and it joins. And this is what we have. And we have these at the nano level. Okay. And you tell me, well, that's good. That's not what happened. Everybody who has a phone past iPhone 8 or Galaxy 8, you have this technology in your phone now. It's being used by everybody. They use it, you can see it here. They're joining this thing together, layers, because the pixels are 2 micron, and they could not wire them put it on the wire, so they wired them directly. So the technology that we developed is basically you figure out, okay, people cannot go this way, I have to go this way. You have to think early. And how do I join it? How do I start? It's always the markets before you come up with the idea. And so far, that idea that we started a few years ago, it's 1 billion smartphones already using it. I think you all have some of them. So, AMD just announced their new processors. They're using that technology. So basically, everybody now is licensing that technology. We'll expect people to license it. I told you I picked only three ideas. Now I jump to industrial revolution. I do R&D only, as I told you. I only work in R&D. R&D is different thinking. If you don't sell and bring money, you cannot pay your salary at the end of the month. So it's all based on thinking what you make. People have to take it. They have to pay you. That's the mentality. You don't work on something that's not going to bring you money. And the way you protect yourself, you file patent. File patent. That's the reason why I have few patents. Go to the last segment. And the segment is the cycle of life. Technologies, they come. Like the wave. They come up and down. People. This is the number of people that get impacted to use the technology. It's new times. Very quickly, another technology comes and it takes off the previous one. But something happens is, as time passes, they become narrower and taller. Technology comes very fast and they go. And somebody figured out that the area and the curve it's almost all constant for technology when they go. Basically, it's almost the same number of people use it with this life. And so, in the last 200 years, 400 years, there is 4 industrial revolutions. The first, of course, second, third, and fourth. The first one started in 1784, is made of steam engine. Everybody knows that. The engine used to be with steam. When the steam came in, the whole industry went out from agriculture and all this, and they started making train. And when you do train, that's a technology that leads the economy. It lasted for about 100 years, so it's all based on and this is very important. We have to learn when you see the economy coming and new technology coming. Be careful. 1870, second industrial revolution. Electricity came. When the electricity came, for many years, all the people that use steam engine, they believe electricity will never succeed. And they stick to the steam engine. And they have to buy a steam engine. They went out of business, all of them, in 6 years. They all went out of business. So when you see new technology, you have to align yourself. Is it going to be useful for me or not? So the electricity, mass production, labor, and we know what happened. 1969, electronics came, where things are more than electricity, the electronics, the computer, the PCBs, automation. And I remember in the 60s, أنا كنت أجري بالغير بالستينات. So automation became a big problem. I remember in the 80s, 70s, and the 80s. People were worried they're going to lose their job to automation. It was a big problem for the automation. They had the white hair. Remember, it was a big problem to now. We're going to lose our jobs, and automation is going to kill us, and all this. Did it? No. What happened is society has to adjust itself to the new way of doing and educate the mass, the workers, and all this to align with the technologies. If you don't align your workers, and I said, the workers, they have to adjust to new technology, then you die with the old technology. So, why I'm telling this is the same thing will happen with the fourth industrial revolution. We have something coming. It doesn't matter. Everybody is afraid it's going to kill us and we're going to be replaced. Don't worry, guys. We don't know even how much it's going to succeed and all this. It will come for sure. But let's not worry too much about what happened. Fourth industrial revolution. Now, what is a fourth industrial revolution? Nobody can explain to you what is a fourth industrial revolution. It's very canny, you hear about it. Basically, in one word, I started roughly around 2010, and does not have a definition. It's not like the old technologies, we know what they are. So basically, it's the fusion of cyberspace with the physical space. You tell me, what the hell is this? It's basically us as people, احنا كشعب, we are human, and we have the cyberspace, the ordinateur, virtual realities, and all this. راح يتخلطوا مع بعض one piece. قبل كنا واحد سبعة. Human عندي التليفون تاعي can command it to choose separate words. We're gonna be together. داخل بعضها كشغل اللي ما يفهمش. يفهم باللي كشغل لو كان الأورديناتور وإحنا عايشين في وسطه. That's how it would look like. A big computer that is around the world, and we are walking in the middle of it. That's what the bridging of cyberspace with. It's not exactly, that's what it is. What are the biggest parameters? IoT, Internet of Things, is going to be everywhere. That's very important. Second thing, AI and machine learning. Everything that comes from that IoT is going to be treated and it gives you the information. 3D printing, autonomous object. يبغى تشوف واحد من الدرون والاشياء. Virtual reality, a lot of virtual reality because we're going to be wearing glasses and your computer, they're going to all disappear in a few years. Nano and biotechnologies is where we start to using the electronic for the health of people. How to make people better. Big issue, we tend to forget security. Somebody is going to ruin our lives, will be controlling our life. And this person who controls our life is the person who has all the data. So we have to know where that data is going. And 5G, because to get these things going, where sensors all around you, contacting and talking to you, you need that is 5G and 6G and beyond. It doesn't work with 4G and all this. So we need to have 5Gs and beyond. So these are the parameters, which are the ones that influence the most within them. But at least we know these are the biggest parameters. Why? I will run by you. In 1940, when they invented the machine used to, you give it, you have buttons, you tell it 2 plus 2, and the result comes 4. That's about it. That was computing at that time. They call it tabulation era. Some of you might have used card machines and all this. Then came the era where we call it the programming era. That's what we are. Basically, you say, okay, instead of doing 2 by 2, we tell it, okay, in case there is such and such, do something else. We program things, so when we let the machine do, then we store it. That the era has been going on from the 50s until today. That's what we do, computer scientists. Now the cognitive era that's in the fourth industrial revolution is the information comes. It doesn't need your intervention to decide what to do. I go to my microwave. I open my microwave, I stick my pizza, it automatically knows what it is a pizza.